Hello guys, welcome to my tutorial for how to set up your vanilla botter program for your personal use. This bot will work for any kind of race or class. All you need to do is put your consumables or abilities on the action bar. So first off, I want to say that I want to prioritize from the leftmost to the rightmost. So everything that you want to use, start from number 1 on the first action bar and stack it up to 0. These two are not really working very well for the bot, so you really should stop at the 0, as the bot cannot press those buttons. After you have done that, you move to the location that you want to farm on, and I will take a look at what I want to farm at. Alright, we already have a guy over here that is farming those, so we will have to withdraw and farm this place instead, sadly. But we will start over here. Is a good position, so we leave the wow.exe file on at the moment, and then we go to our browser to download the program. You search for vanillabotter.com, and then you go to the download section. You will find 3 different programs in here, and in this tutorial we will only go through the Vanilla Botter free program here. So download that, and when you have done that, you will get a zip file that you want to extract. When you have extracted it, you open the file. You will find 2 folders, 1 engine and 1 application. So we open our combat folder first. You will find 3 different combat profiles in here, 1 for fire mage, 1 for low mage, and 1 for low warrior. But we will start a completely new one. So take this and copy it, and then we want to paste it. Then we change the name to Mage, or whatever class you're running. You open it, there's some information in here. You select everything and delete, and start our own. First off, you want to start out with GCD 1500. What this stands for is global cooldown. So in between every ability that you use in World of Warcraft, there is a 1.5 seconds global cooldown, which prevents you from shooting 5 fireballs in 2 seconds. So after you have done that, you will add preparations. You don't have to type this, it's just to make it a little bit less coding filled. It's like separating. And what we want to do is add frost armor, and it is located on the first action bar at the 3rd hotkey. So we will type cast 1 for the first action bar, and then 3 for the 3rd hotkey. And when do we want to use it? We want to use it when I am above 10% mana. I do not want to use it in combat, and I want to buff the first rank of frost armor. Now what this will do is refresh the frost armor after it has expired, and it will buff it in the beginning of the bot program, so that if it is missing, it will buff it. If you have it already, it will not buff it. So then we go ahead and start one for drinking. Then we type cast again. We type 15, 1 for the first action bar, and 5 for the fifth hotkey. And when do we want to use it? When I am lower than, say, 20% mana. And I do not want to use it while I'm in combat. And I want to check every time I'm out of combat. If I am lower than 20% HP, it will press the fifth hotkey to drink. And I want to channel it. Channeling time, say 12,000. So what this does is, after you go out of combat, it will check if you are lower than 20% of your mana, and if it is, then it will press the fifth hotkey, which is the consumable for water, and it will channel the standing still and channel the process for 12 seconds. And we can also type break on full mana. So when it reaches full mana, it will expire. It will not sit for 12 seconds if you reach full mana in 5 seconds. And it will break on combat as well. So if you're attacked, it will expire, and it will do it after the combat again. Then we have eat, which is located on the fourth hotkey. So we type 1-4 for the first action bar, and then we type when we want to use it, say 50 HP percent, and we don't want to use it in combat. We want to check after every combat, and the channeling time will be 12,000. It will break on full HP, and it will break on combat. So that's all we have for now. Let's start out and start one for combat. So we start out with attack, which is located on the first hotkey on the first action bar. And we want to use it when we are low on mana, obviously, since we're a mage. Let's say 15% mana. The distance range will be under 5. It's probably fine. And then we type fireball, which is located on the second hotkey. We want to use it when we are above 15% mana, obviously. And the distance is 35-yard range. We want to use it when we are below 35-yard range from the enemy. So when you have set that up, you are good to go. You press file and save. You will have it in there. After you have done that, you open your vanilla butter properties, and you go and check the compatibility mode and set that up right. And then you launch the program itself. Then you type list processes, and usually it should say the your process ID here, but apparently it doesn't. So what we will do is press Ctrl Alt Delete and bring up the task manager, and you will see all my programs that are activated here. I will press the World of Warcraft 32-bit here and go to details, and as you can see here it says PID, which stands for process ID, which is the same as in this one. It just happened to not show. It should be right underneath the currently there is one total process, but we have the 6312. So what we will do is type farm profile 6312, and it will start a farming profile for this exact moment. We type record waypoints. What this does is record waypoints. So if I'm walking at the moment, you can see it's updating the information, and this is how the bot will actually walk around. I guess we can only just move around down here. Otherwise you could move up there as well, but I don't see any point of doing that since there's so many monsters down here. We move up here. Make sure to not walk close to any obstacles, such as trees, high cliffs, things that you can't walk through or above. Then you go back to your location that you started. Doesn't have to be on the exact same spot, just around within 40-yard range pretty much. You type record waypoints again, and it will stop the recording of the waypoints. See, if I'm walking around right now, it will not record anything. After that, we need to add what monsters I want the bot to attack. So we type add by ID. We select monsters inside of the game, and we type that. So now the Rag Jong Wolf will be fired at. Then we go to Burly Rockjaw Trug. We type add by ID again, and then we go to the normal Rockjaw Trug. We type add by ID once again. So now we have added 3 monsters that it will target fire at. When you have done that, you type save and done more, and we can type 16. What I'm meaning with this is this place is recorded in Dunmora for level 1 to 6. And after you have done that, you just type grind 6312, I think it was, the process ID. Then you type Mage, which was the combat profile, as well as Dun Moro 16. So here it says putting the process ID on grinding mode with the combat profile of Mage and the farm profile of Dun Moro. Now before you start, you can type help, and then it will bring up a information tab about everything that you can adjust in here. So I will go through it briefly, but you can figure out on your own later on what things does. Bait, I have no idea what it does really. The farm profile is when you make a new profile. Fish, I'm not really sure. I guess it's fishing bot. The grind is when you type in the grinding mode, which we will activate anytime soon. And then you have the help command, which brings up this help menu. Help fishing is help for fishing bot, I would assume. Help paranoia. Paranoia is something that if a player is around you for a set amount of time, which you can choose, it will log out the character, and it will log in again after said amount of minutes, which basically prevents you from being questioned, are you a bot? And if they just keep walking around you for like 5 minutes, your bot will log out and you can select it will not log in again for 30 minutes. And hopefully after 30 minutes that player might have moved away. So that prevents you from being reported. Then you have profiles, which helps you for creating profile. Jump frequency is something that adjusts the frequency of jumps. So 0 is going to be 0 jumps while moving, and 10 is going to be the most jumping, which is probably like 1 jump every 10 yards or so. The list processes is what I try to do. You can try that again. Still doesn't work. It should show more information here. It's weird because it has worked before, but this doesn't happen today apparently. The log level, I have no idea what it is. I would assume that it's for these, so you can have different kind of action bars. Then we have loot, which you can activate or deactivate. What it does is it will scan for the corpse and auto loot everything that the monster has in it. So if you want to activate it, you type loot, or actually it was activated already, so now I deactivated it. If I want to activate it again, I just type loot again. Now what this does is whenever you kill a mob, your cursor, you cannot use your cursor for watching streams or something like that. Like you can watch the stream, but you cannot use your mouse when it's scanning for the loot, because it moves your mouse like this pretty much, scanning for the corpse, and then it presses the corpse and it will loot it. Then it marches on without using the mouse again for until a enemy has been killed again. So paranoia is the thing I talked about, logging out. So if you want to set that up, you just type paranoia, and then you type max minutes that you want it to the player that is around you. So if I want to log out after say 8 minutes, if a player walks around me, I just type 8. Then the off minutes will be the time your character will be logged out. So for example, I will type 25. And here you can see paranoia mode will be entered after 8 minutes and will last for 25 minutes. And to turn it off, you just type paranoia off, I think. No, paranoia 0, I think it was. Alright, let's type help again. So we type paranoia. Oh, it's paranoia 00. My bad. Let's continue. We have quick turn. And what this does is it will move your character a lot faster when turning. So instead of every waypoint stop, it will go like this. It will just go like this. Harsh explanation, but that's how it works. Quit, you don't really have to press quit, you can just press the hotkey itself. Relog, you can activate if your private server is a little bit unstable. You can activate the relog information, which will put you the bot to relog into your account. So let's say my account is beer, and my password is beer. Oh wait, beer 1. I can just type this in, and what it will do is log into the character again. Whenever the server crashes. So it will be relog, character name, account name, and then password. Run is how you start the program itself, and the show buffs is show all buffs of yourself and target on given PID. So it's basically listing all the stats and stuff in here. So if I type view stats, oh wait, view stats 6312, it will tell you that the bot has killed 0 enemies, it has loot 0 enemies, and it has died 0 times. So if you leave the bot on for several hours, you can type this in and you will see how many enemies your bot has killed, how many times it has looted, and how many times it has died during the process. So there's that. Now to starting the bot itself, we type grind 6312, which is my process ID for World of Warcraft. Then you type Mage, or the combat profile that you use, and then you type Dunmoro 16. I will start the grinding mode on the World of Warcraft program with the combat file of a mage and the farm profile in Dunmoro 16, which is going to be level 1 to 6. So if I press the home key now, the bot will start. And if you can see, it buffers you with a frost armor. Then it starts to fire at the closest registered enemy, and it will loot an item, and so it will continue. As here you can see it's scanning for the corpse, and now it found it. It will continue to drink now because it's low on mana. And what I will do is add quick turn, so it moves a lot faster in between turns. So we shall see how it works. There you can see the quick turning of the quick turn. And that's basically everything you do. The bot will move around on its own in the area that you have walked already. When it's low on mana, he will use his stuff, and apparently he got more than 15% mana there, so you might want to put 20 or so, but hopefully that will change in the next level. The statement between the percentages being perfect. So after you have done that, you are basically running the program. So I'll just leave the bot on for you guys to enjoy the rest of the few minutes that I will be leaving it on, and I will put on some music for you. The bot allows me to. Let's just let the bot scan this corpse as well before I move into playing list. Now, something to keep in mind is if you shut down the auto loot, you can do things on Facebook or whatever while the bot is running. You do not have to leave the WoW program up. You can, for example, if I cancel the auto loot here, I cancel it, and let's say I want to sit with this one up, and I just go through everything here, like watching here. The bot will still run its course. It will not stop. So you can in fact just go play other games, be it flash games or be it something along with the real World of Warcraft maybe. You can play any kind of game pretty much, as long as your graphic card and process can handle the both engines running at the same time. But if you are going to do that, I would suggest that you put as low resolution and details in the World of Warcraft program as possible for you to not overheat your graphic card or process. So that's pretty much all it is for me. So I'm going to leave this video up for 1.5 minutes left, and the bot will run alone. So thank you guys for watching, by the way, and like this video, favorite, and comment if you want to. Take care.